Hello, Budgetista. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Stacey Bennett, and I am the Budgetista extraordinaire. And I help women just like you take control of your finances, reach your money goals, and live an amazing, luxurious, fabulous lifestyle, all while having fun. And tonight I'm going to share just a few tips on how to survive the holidays, Budgetista style. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and let's get started. All right, so the holidays can be a very stressful time, and the first holiday up for us is, of course, Thanksgiving. And so how to survive Thanksgiving? Here are just a few tips on how you can make Thanksgiving easier and more affordable. So first off, if you're hosting a Thanksgiving dinner, know that it's okay to ask guests to bring a dish to share. Don't think that you need to pay for and prepare the entire meal yourself. Ask your guests to bring maybe the deviled eggs or the pumpkin pie or the stuffing or something with them so that you're not left making everything, because the turkey is hard enough by itself. So if you have to make the turkey plus all of the side dishes, of course it can be extremely overwhelming. So ask for some help. And remember that only Martha Stewart can have a Martha Stewart holiday. So when you're preparing your table and your meal, don't expect absolute perfection. You don't need an amazing, sparkly centerpiece that just blows everybody away. You don't need eating cards in front of everyone's feet. You don't need a fancy silverware holder. Your family's going to appreciate your effort, no matter how it turns out. If you have a meal like the one that Dexter here is having that, it's simple, but it's delicious, that's absolutely perfect. So don't overwhelm yourself and think you have to be Martha Stewart. You can also reduce your stress in spending by reducing the number of food choices you offer. So of course you need to have, the turkey or the bird or whatever you have at your Thanksgiving meal. But don't think that you need to have 57 side options to go with it. Narrow it down to 5 or 6 that your family really enjoys and stick with those options. Create a simple, easy to make, and affordable menu so that you're not overwhelmed and you're not overspending. Speaking of spending, make a budget and stick to it. So whatever your entire Thanksgiving budget is, create that, and then when you're shopping, stick to it. Don't keep adding things to your cart just because they're on sale or they look good or you're hungry and you want to eat it. If it's not on the list, you don't need it. And this making list will also help reduce the number of last-minute trips to the store. And finally, for Thanksgiving, delegate, delegate, delegate. You do not have to do everything by yourself. You do not have to stress yourself out. You can delegate out tasks, including washing the dishes, preparing the simple side meal, setting the table. You don't have to do everything else. Grab the boys from the TV, pull them away from the game for a few minutes, and have them help you out. Wash the dishes or set the table. So delegate, 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 and you'll reduce your stress in no time. Okay, so next up in the holidays is, of course, Black Friday. And so we want to survive Black Friday, get some good deals, but still walk away feeling good. So this is not going to be a step-by-step how to score Black Friday deals, because I personally am not a big Black Friday shopper. I did it one time. I sat outside in the cold at 4 a.m. to get a laptop. It was a good deal, but probably won't ever do it again. It was very cold. So if you're going to face Black Friday, know your objectives. Make a list of what you need and where you're going to get it. Keep that list with you at all times. Check it off as you go so you can make sure you get everything while you're out there and you don't have to make multiple trips. And also map out your shopping route. So know which stores you're going to hit and when. So if you're going to go to the Target first, and then the Best Buy, and then the Walmart, and then the Office Depot, make sure you have that route planned out. But don't try to hit too many stores on one day, because you can really only shop so much. Even if you're a complete shopaholic, Black Friday can really get to you. And in your route, don't forget to include breakfast, lunch, and dinner plans if you're going to be out all day. you're going to get hungry and you don't want to be a grouchy bear out shopping, especially not on Black Friday when everyone is freaking out anyway, kind of just like these two ladies here. Oh my gosh, we don't want to be like that. So plan out food. And also have a plan B for those things on your list. If you're planning to sit outside of Best Buy for 3 hours at midnight to get your son a laptop for $150, and it turns out you were actually 12th in line and they only had 10 laptops to give out, know where you're going to get that gift, or if you can buy an alternative gift, or if you're willing to pay full price for it. So have a plan B for your Black Friday shopping. And avoid chaos if possible. So unless a store is offering a doorbuster that you absolutely have to have, go later in the day. A lot of Black Friday deals go until about 2 o'clock. So you have until 2 to get that deal. Maybe go around noon when the crowds have died down and you can shop in peace. You might have a more limited selection, but you won't be facing that crazy lady who's trying to gun you down. And also think about shopping online. A lot of retailers are offering the same deals online as they are at their store, and they're offering the deals. Some of them are even going on right now, and they go all the way up until what's called Cyber Monday. Some great stores that I like that are a lot of all-inclusive have a lot of different options. Or shop.com, they'll actually comparison shop for you and give you the best coupon codes out there. And also smartbargains.com. It's a discount online store. I love it. And then you can also, another creative way of shopping is to use your reward points retailer. So if you have a debit or credit card that offers reward points, they oftentimes have an online portal for you to shop through, and you can go there, get double, triple, quadruple points on your card, plus you're also going to get the great Black Friday deals that those stores are offering. And just as a little plug of what you can do with those reward points, use the points, rack up the points during the holidays for all your gift giving, all your meals, all your holiday spending, and then go on a really nice date in January and February using those points. So you can stock those up now and use them during the dreary winter season. Okay, so surviving presents. So gifts are a very expensive part of the holidays. They're often very stressful because you have so much to buy for and in such a limited time. And it also, you see the money just draining out of your account. So to survive the present, first determine a gift budget. How much can you spend for everybody on your list? So it could be $100, it could be $500, $700, whatever that amount is for you, determine that amount up front. So if you're going Black Friday shopping, make that budget tonight. And then from that budget, narrow down your recipient list. So if you right now have a list of over 100 people that you're buying gifts for, and you only have $200 to spend, if you want to get everyone a $2 gift, that's great. But if you want to, give more expensive gifts, narrow down the list to maybe the 10 people that you want to give the gift to. And then, from that list, write out 3 possible gift ideas for each recipient. So for Aunt Sarah would love to have these 3 items. Write those down, and then include the highest price that you could possibly pay for that item for it to still fit into your budget. So if on Aunt Sarah's list is a blender, know that you can at most spend $25 on the blender. So that when you're out shopping, if you see a blender for $30, you have to hold off until you find it for less. And also with gifts, think about alternatives that are either free or super affordable. Maybe for your cousins who just had a baby, offer some free babysitting so that they can have a fun night out together. For people that you really want to get a gift, but you don't necessarily want to spend lots of money on them, bake them some cookies. Spend one night in the kitchen, make several dozen cookies, wrap them in some nice pretty cellophane or in a cute little cookie box, and give those as gifts. Or invite your friends over to dinner at your house. It's affordable, and you get to spend time with them. It's not just a here you go kind of gift. It's really actual time that you're spending together and building memories. And also, to survive the present buying, know by what date you want everything purchased, wrapped, and gifted, and create a plan from there of when you're going to do all of your Christmas shopping. So with that plan, you're more likely to stick within your budget, and you're going to reduce some stress because you have exactly when you're going to get everything done. Okay, so for yourself, you've worked hard this year. You're spending a lot of time in the holiday season for others. You deserve some gifts yourself. So here's two things to keep in mind for that. With your own list, you give lists out to people of things you might want for Christmas. It's okay as adults to do that. I just gave my mom my list. But keep your gifts affordable for those giving you the present. So if you're only spending $20 on each person, don't give that same person a gift item that's maybe $100. Keep it practical, keep it reasonable, so that you're saving money and you can allow them to save money as well. And add yourself to your gift buying list if you've been nice this year. But remember that you are included in your gift giving budget. So if you have that $100 budget for gifts, include yourself in there. Don't go overboard on yourself, even though you deserve it, but think about the bigger financial picture. Okay, so I know that a lot of people love to give gift cards as gifts because they're easy, and for somebody that has everything, what can you get them? Oh, just get them a gift card. But I dislike gift cards as gifts, and here are a few reasons why. First, they're generally thoughtless. Probably didn't put too much thought into that gift other than what store they enjoy shopping at. So they're not exactly the gift that says, I love you the most. Second is when you give a gift card, you feel obligated to give more than maybe what you intend. So giving somebody a $5 gift card seems pretty cheap to a lot of people, but giving a $5 present doesn't necessarily seem as cheap. So when you give the gift card, instead of giving them $5, you might give them $10 or $20, when in fact the budget was $5 for their gift. So you give more on a gift card than what you intend. But in fact, you can give more of a present for less. So if you actually spend a little time in getting them gifts, you can save money and give them a gift that is thoughtful, and it gives a little more bang for your buck. Especially if you shop clearance or sale items, you can find really good deals. And also you can use coupon codes online to get really good online deals. Just do a search for Best Buy coupon codes, or whatever store you're looking for. Just do a Google search for that store plus the words coupon code to find lots of really good coupons to use online. And finally, I don't like gift cards because they don't get used. 27% of gift cards go unused, so basically you're giving a piece of plastic that just sits around in their house. You're out money, they have a lame gift, and nobody wins. So gift cards, if you're thinking about getting them this year, maybe think about some alternatives you could get instead. And finally, for presents, most importantly, please remember that it's not about the gift. The holiday seasons are not about presents and stuff. So buy into the fun and joy of the season. Get very excited about the fun lights and the music and the snow and all of that, and get wrapped up in that. But don't get wrapped up in the commercialism of the holiday. Don't think about it in terms of, I need to buy, buy, buy. Because your friends and family are going to love you even if they don't get the most expensive gift possible. As much as retailers want you to believe, the season is for loving your friends and appreciating them and being filled with gratitude. It's not about giving the latest fashions or electronics. And even your kids will be grateful, even if you just give them one or two gifts. They'll be thankful. They know that you love them. You can't buy their love, so don't try to buy them the whole toy store just to make them love you. Like this picture shows, it's the experiences that we have together that really bond us. It's not a gift that they'll get tired of in just a few days. So remember, for presents, give out of the goodness of your heart, even if it's just a simple, meaningful card. Your friends will feel blessed to have you. Okay, so next up, holiday parties. During the season, holiday parties, there's a lot of them. I think I've been invited to at least 10. But it can be very stressful if you have all these places to go and all these different parties to attend. You know, it's overwhelming to have to go to all these different places, 2 or 3 parties a week. Plus, you know, you might have to buy a hostess gift for them, or you might have to buy a new outfit. It's just extremely draining emotionally, energy-wise, and financially. So before you go out to those parties, I want you to ask yourself these questions. First, ask yourself, how many parties can you practically attend this season without overextending yourself? So if you can say, I can go to 1 party a week, limit it to 1 party a week. Maybe it's 1 party every 2 weeks. But that's the number of parties you're going to go to. So if you've already said yes to a party next Wednesday, and then somebody invites you to a party next Friday, and your limit was 1 a week, you know, graciously decline the invitation for the party on Friday. Don't overextend yourself. Now, just out of all the invitations you've received, ask yourself which ones are most important. Maybe you need to go to your spouse's corporate holiday party so that they can look good, maybe get that promotion. Maybe there's just a holiday party that's just really fun every year. You see a lot of really great people. You meet some fun people. There's fun games and lots of fun drinks, and everyone gets dressed up, and it's just a good time. So maybe just for your own sanity, that's the party that you want to go to. Or maybe there's a nice networking event that you need to go to make the right connections for your business or for finding a job. So figure out which of those parties are most important to you and attend those parties. Then ask yourself, is buying a new outfit for each party really necessary? And is even buying a new outfit for any of those parties necessary? Can you take something from your wardrobe and make it more festive? Maybe add some really bold jewelry to it, or add some nice fun red stockings, or something to make it a little more festive. And if you're thinking, oh, I wore this same dress to last year's party, unless you wore Lady Gaga's meat dress, people probably don't remember what you were wearing. They're more focused on what they were wearing. So don't think you need to buy a new outfit, for all of these parties. Next, ask yourself, is re-gifting possible for a white elephant party? What's really popular these days are these white elephant parties where people bring a gift and they exchange it. It's usually a game, and sometimes they're really silly gifts, and sometimes they're really nice gifts. But if you have, even if the gift limit is $10, if you have 4 holiday parties that you're going to have white elephant gifts, that's almost $40 in gifts. So ask yourself if there's something in your house that you're not using anymore, or maybe it's just sitting around, and maybe you got it as a gift last year but never really opened it. Is there something like that that you can re-gift to somebody else and take those to the white elephant party? In fact, that's really what they were originally intended for, so don't feel bad. And finally, ask yourself, is this the kind of party where I need to bring a hostess gift? For some parties, it's more practical. It's necessary to bring a hostess gift. If you don't show up with one, you're tacky. But for others, there's no reason to bring a hostess gift and spend the money. So just ask yourself if this is the kind of party where you need to bring one. Okay, so good luck at those holiday parties. They're fun, but also stressful, so make them more fun this year. And finally, surviving the stress. So the holidays, no matter how much you plan, there are going to be points at which you get stressed out. So here are a few tips to survive the stress. First, take time to breathe, relax, and live in the moment. Remember, the holidays are fun. There should be time to be with your friends and family, enjoy each other, and be thankful for all that we have. So if you're starting to feel overwhelmed, just sit down, relax, take a deep breath, and try to relax. Don't think about the 57 gifts that you need to buy that you haven't that haven't gotten bought, but there's only 2 weeks left until Christmas. And don't think about all the gifts in the closet that need to be wrapped. And don't think about how Timmy's going to be disappointed that he didn't get his Transformer. Stop thinking about those and just relax. It is all going to work out and be okay. And remember to be grateful for all that you have. You are an incredibly blessed person. Please remember that. Gratitude breeds abundance. So be grateful this season, and you'll just feel more rich than you could ever be with money. And on that same note, the holidays are a great time to get out there and volunteer to help those less fortunate. It can help you, really relax and de-stress yourself by giving to others. So, take time to go to the soup kitchen and hand out some meals, or maybe go and sort some food at the local food bank, or organize the food drive. Just really, give out to others. Or maybe if you don't have time to actually get out and volunteer, maybe put some money aside in your gift budget to give to a charity that's near and dear to you. Okay, for the holidays, to reduce your stress, don't expect perfection. Again, we kind of talked about this with the Thanksgiving and Martha Stewart quality. If you have a very clear plan in your head about how the holidays are going to go, just know that it's not going to happen like that. No matter how much you plan and how much you want it to happen exactly as you see it out in your head, it's not going to happen like that. The mistletoe is never going to align perfectly for you to get that perfect kiss. Your kids are probably going to be brats when you try to take their picture for the for the holiday card. It's okay. Let your kids be kids, and you can find the mistletoe some other time. So stuff happens. Don't worry if it's not going to plan. Enjoy it anyway. On that same note, don't try to do too much this holiday season. There's a lot that goes on, from hay rides to setting up a Christmas tree to going to all these holiday parties to going and visiting every relative under the sun and enjoying time with your own family. Don't try to put it all in there. Pick out the few activities that you really enjoy doing, that really means a lot to you and your family, and stick to those activities. Don't try to pack everything in and do it all. You'll really thank yourself later. You'll end up being much less stressed out. And finally, take some time for yourself this holiday season. You're doing a lot. You're out there, you're buying gifts for other people. You're setting up events for other people. You're going to all these events. You're doing things for a lot of other people. Don't forget about yourself. Take time to relax and enjoy yourself. So if that means, it doesn't mean you have to go out and buy a fancy massage and spend a lot of money doing that, although you can. Massage is a great way to relax. But you can also just curl up on the couch in your jammies with a good book or your favorite TV show or sappy holiday movie. Let the fireplace roar and grab a cup of hot chocolate and just take time to appreciate yourself this season and de-stress a little bit. So that's all I have to survive the holidays, Budgetista style. So Budgetista, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. And if you want to stay up to date on tips on how to survive the holidays, Budgetista style, you can visit my blog at budgetistaextraordinaire.com. I'll be updating it this season with different tips and money-saving ideas for the holidays. Right now I've got up a list of the best Black Friday deals available both online and in store. And if you are a local Seattleite, I also have a list of the best Seattle Black Friday deals available. So if you want to check those out, budgetistaextraordinaire.com. And so I just want to wish from me to you a very happy holiday, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a very, very, very merry holiday season. I'll see you next time.